Officials with the Louisiana Department of Agriculture and Forestry are also working to help those affected by Hurricane Isaac. The last estimate of crop damage from the LSU Ag Center sets the losses at $100 million. To tell us more about what LDAF is doing to help farmers no matter what the issue, we now turn to This Week in Louisiana Agriculture's Avery Davidson with this week's in-studio guest. Avery?
Mike, following a hurricane, almost everyone in state government is busy, and joining me now is Veronica Mosgrove, the press secretary for the Louisiana Department of Ag and Forestry. Veronica, tell me a little bit about how things are looking. You've been out with the commissioner following Isaac. How are things looking out there?
Well, we did do an informal assessment. He wanted some situational awareness, and any damage is significant. Any of it. So it's very important to take a look at how things are and assess it and see what can be done maybe from the federal level to give some assistance. Unfortunately, there is no assistance at this time. The Commissioner Mike Strain, that's who I'm talking about, recently signed a letter along with several other agriculture commissioners across the country to ensure that that farm bill gets resolved, gets settled, and gets up and running again, because in that farm bill, of course, are disaster provisions. So we'd like to see that resolved.
Yeah, we definitely need those disaster provisions for our farmers. But, you know, talking about disasters, you went from a place that specialized in covering disasters, namely the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness, over to the Department of Ag and Forestry just in time for Hurricane Isaac. How did that prepare you for what you were about to walk into?
Well, working with the agriculture industry, it is very much so a slower pace, but obviously I'm no stranger to disasters and emergencies, and especially from where you and I came from. We were both former news reporters together, so we're familiar with that. But the pace, just being able to stay on top of what was happening and getting out there in the field, that's the difference from when I was at GOSEP to now being at Agriculture and Forestry. Now we're out in the field, and we were in St. John Parish when fuel was being delivered and when pet kennels were being delivered, and we're helping people, you know, get evacuated and helping people get their pets evacuated, because you know that was a big deal during Katrina. People wouldn't leave without their pets. So I got to see it firsthand this time around.
And that's got to be a big learning curve for you as well, going from, you know, the overall assessment of all across the state to focusing on just agriculture. And there's a lot of terminology. I know I had to learn it when I came over here to This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. How is that learning process going for you? Well,
I've been with LDAF for 2 months now, and Avery, I'm learning something new every day, which is a good thing. I love to learn new things, but it was a little overwhelming at first, and now I'm kind of getting used to the lingo and just the way things work. But people don't understand. Even when I was a news reporter, I did not know what this agency was truly responsible for. And I don't think people, just the average, you know, citizen who lives in a city, they probably think, oh, it's cows and corn and sugar cane. Oh no, it's fuel, it's weights and measures, it's pesticides, it's food safety, and then it's your crops and your livestock and all that. So it has been fascinating. It really is. And it's an important industry and an important agency, and so I'm really loving being there.
And also, I know when I came here, I had a whole new appreciation for what the farmers do every day and how much dedication they have. I mean, seeing it firsthand, especially this go-round where you're seeing them in situations in which it's at the worst possible for them. If you look down in Plaquemines Parish, what happened to the citrus there. Tell me a little bit about what kind of an appreciation you're gaining for what they do.
I have so much respect for anyone who is in agriculture. You don't get into farming to be on easy street. I mean, you work, and that's what I'm seeing, the hard work, the dedication, that these people love it, and the importance of it. And so I have so much respect for just the farming industry, because these are people who do not wait around. They just do what they need to do. You got to respect that.
Well, Veronica,
they get the job done.
We appreciate you getting the job done and your dedication. She is Veronica Mosgrove, the press secretary for the Louisiana Department of Ag and Forestry. So, Mike, whenever we need to stay involved, or informed rather, Veronica's the first person we check in with over at Department of Ag and Forestry so we can get the information out to you. Back to you.
Avery Davidson, thanks. Still to come on This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, Kristen Oakes will show us how the smartphone is quickly becoming a farmer's best friend. The Ag Minute is up next. Stay with us.